Hi guys, Greg Doyle, Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Fight I want to talk to you guys about just now takes place this Saturday, the 25th of July, as part of the Frank Warren BT Sport boxing card. It is between Joe Joyce of the UK, who is 10 wins, 9 stoppages. He takes on Michael Wallisch, who is 20 wins and 3 defeats. Good fight, I'm looking forward to this one on Saturday, guys. I'm so grateful boxing is back. I think we've got a consecutive run of nearly 2 months now that boxing will be on our TV screens from this Saturday onwards. So really great, and I'll be back to see you guys every week to cover 1 or 2 fights off on each card and give my prediction on them. So to get onto this video, guys, you know how we do things at ESBR by now. I will give you a background into both fighters. At the end of the video, I will also give you my prediction. So let's start off with Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce doesn't need too much of an introduction, as I'm sure you guys are already aware of. As I say, he's 10-0, 9 stoppages. He's smashed his way through basically everybody in the pro ranks, with his only win going the distance in his last fight, which is going to be a year ago come the fight on Saturday. So he has been on a 1-year layoff with COVID and things. I'm sure everyone's coming back from a layoff, but Joe Joyce was last out in July of last year, and that was against the talented Bryant Jennings. Joyce went the distance in that fight. He looked good, he threw lots of punches, he was active in the fight. It was a really good victory against a world level opponent, so fair play to Joyce for that, and I think that will stand him in really good stead going forward in his career. Joe's strengths are he likes to come forward. He's not the quickest fighter in the world, but he throws strong, hurtful punches. He throws a lot of punches. He's a very, very busy fighter with good stamina, and he can also take one hell of a shot. It sounds like the absolute disaster of a heavyweight you want to fight, doesn't it? Can take a great shot and is very busy and throws hard shots himself. But that's Joe Joyce's strengths. He's a very, very good fighter. His opponent, as I say, is Michael Wallisch. Michael Wallisch, as I say, 20-3. Watched a little bit of Michael over the last few days. He's not a very well renowned name in boxing. He's not fought at the highest level, but I did watch 2 of his defeats to Ajagba, and I also watched his stoppage defeat to Tony Yoka. Ajagba stopped him in a couple of rounds. Tony Yoka was round about the middle stages of the fight, I believe. What I learned from Michael is he's quite wiry. He tries to go on the back foot and use the ring, but not to discredit Michael, but what I have noticed is that when he gets hit, if he gets hit consecutively and clean, maybe 3-4 times, to me it looks as though he's easily disheartened. I've seen him going down against both of those fighters, and he didn't really look as if he wanted to be there. Now, Joe Joyce is big, if not bigger a guy than both Tony Yoka and the Jagba, so I don't see how that's going to end well for Michael Wallisch if he comes into the fight with the same attitude. But if he stays close to Joe Joyce and uses the angles and throws quick snappy punches and tries to not stand in the pocket too long with Joe, I think he can have success on Saturday, especially if he's coming off of a 1-year layoff. Joe Joyce, Wallisch himself is coming off of a layoff after near enough a year, but not quite as long as that as of yet from what I could see. But it'll be interesting if he can adopt those tactics. Joe Joyce, for me, you've got to be Joe Joyce on Saturday. You've got to come forward, you've got to throw lots of shots, stay on Michael Wallisch's case, and he should be able to break his heart if he can do that. Michael Wallisch, I say, looks as though he crumbles under a bit of pressure. Joe Joyce is going to bring all the pressure in the world on Saturday. Which leads me on to prediction time. I'm not going to butter this one up too much for you guys. I think you know which way I'm going. I'm not going to make a fight sound as though it's a 50-50 affair if it's not. So my prediction for Saturday's fight, this heavyweight clash, return to boxing, so happy to say that, is for Joe Joyce to stop Michael Wallisch in the first 5 rounds of the fight. I think it will be entertaining. I think it's going to be relatively slow paced in the beginning, but I think it will catch fire quickly and there'll be a lot of shots traded, but I don't see that lasting for too long. I see Joe Joyce getting Michael Wallisch out of there. So my prediction, Joe Joyce to stop Michael Wallisch in the first half of the fight in Saturday's main event. Guys, as always, I'm Greg Doyle, Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. Check out all of our social platforms, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you.